Hi, everybody. So while my friend Ted here is continuing to work on these Z attach brackets from the worst camera angle imaginable by man, I am in the background working on changing out a tire for one of my club planes. Continued. So actually, so watch here. I'm not sure when it's going to happen because I haven't watched this actually yet, but at some point we do break the bead on the hub and it comes flying out at my friend Ted. Of course, it's also happening at 20 times speed, so whenever it happens. Oh, that's nice. That's special. That's better. Yeah, in my club, we have a tendency, or I don't, but other people have a tendency of doing things like keeping their toes in the brakes when they land because they love flat spots. And our mains, we suffer a lot. Uh, what we wind up doing is we buy a lot of retreads. We just buy stacks of retreads from aircraft spruce. They're cheaper. They're retreaded, good condition. Because I mean, we have a few student pilots, but most of the pilots they just don't fly a lot. And, I mean, the shortest runway we have out here is like 3,900 feet. I can take off and land in that Cessna in that amount of time. But they just keep their toes in the brakes. They land, and then they cause bald spots, and we have to replace those tires constantly. Giant pain in the ass. But nose tires, thankfully, have no brake. And we've put in a new regiment in place. So whenever we're doing we do some routine inspections for our planes. I mean, technically, we're not a commercial unit. It's a non-profit club. All the members are owners, so we don't need to do commercial inspections. But we do periodic inspections. Anyway, one of the things that we're adding to it is just to make sure, remove the front tire and just check the bearings, see if they need to be packed. As well as the felt, there's a nice felt O-ring in there between two plates. So it's always the bearing, O-ring, felt pad, and then another O-ring. And you just soak that O-ring in grease as well. Kind of like the rivet squeezer. So the rivet squeezer has a big felt O-ring in it, and that's how it gets the grease. So you don't need air tool. And I know I've probably have mentioned this before, but you never air tool lubricate your squeezer. Air tool is just this oil that you can use to lubricate air tools. Normally you just drop a few drops right into the air inlet of, say, your air drill or anything like that, but not the squeezer, no. Rivet guns, sure. Squeezers, no. Yeah, as soon as you put air tool in there, it'll start to degrade the greased O-ring, and you'll start to lose pressure. So we finished with the tire. Everything is good, and now my friend here is helping me. One of the things that we have to have is we have to have the cradle built for the tanks. And Vans lays out the dimensions, actually paints it onto the box for the wing crate. I mean, it's only 3/8 inch plywood, but it's perfectly fine. So a little cleanup of the workbench, and then we will fit the skins. Ta-da! Look at that. Now, it won't fit exactly. So when they bend the skin, I mean, they bend it to a specific radius, and it's a slightly bit of an asymmetric bend, but until you actually put the ribs in, it won't form. So those cutouts that Van supplies are actually basically traced around the leading edge of your ribs. Until you put those ribs in there and actually form it around that skin, the skin itself is going to try to form as least of stress resistance, you know, uh, thing as it can, and that's basically not going to form very well. So don't freak out. It's fine. It's just waiting for the ribs. And then apparently I leave. Uh, God, I got to get better at this. Anyway, so now that the skins have a nice cradle, my friend Ted, I had to escort him out. He doesn't have his badge quite yet. After this, we are going to start working on the skins. Thankfully, there's not a lot. The only thing I have left to do in real life is deburr, so it's an easy thing. And we will get to that later, so I will see you soon.